Hey guys, this is Eugene Song with the Local Business Culture, and today we're interviewing Itay Haddad, and he is the owner of the IHC Construction Group, and they are experts on concrete coating and finishing. And so today we're going to hear a little bit about his story, about how he got started and how he's growing his business, and some of the challenges that he faced along in the journey of being an entrepreneur. So without any further ado, let's get to the interview. Just to start it off, tell me a little bit about your business.
Our business basically focus on cement solution and cement finishing, all the concrete polishing, epoxy coating, deck coating, stuff like that. We came out with a product that is flexible cement that can be attached to anything. We basically build in the layers. It's coming up to 10,000 psi, and it's only quarter of an inch thick. That's give a solution to any remodeling that people want to do without demolition. We doing it we can even do it on glass, we can do it on marble. It's basically attached to anything. That's give us opportunity to work with big clients that want to do major remodeling. And yeah,
that's awesome. So when you say flexible, that means that it's applicable to many different types of surfaces, right?
Yes.
That's what flexible.
It can be attached to any surfaces. So if you have a tile floor and you want to have a cement finish, you can just put our product on top of the tile and it will be attached. And it's flexible enough to not have cracks. So that's give you a solution of fast remodeling, changing the look like 180 degrees without doing demolition.
Right. What are some of just out of curiosity, what are some of the type of renovations that you've been working on as far as, so it's almost like some sort of like a constructive adhesive, right? In a way, so you would be probably trying to add things on or adding new designs, or what kind of things do you guys they actually fix up?
I think that lately in LA, people like more the modern look. So cement is really related. Cement finish is really related with modern look, and people that buy in a house and they want to change the modern look without going of all the process of demolition and fixing, and, because any demolition creating a problem basically. Because if you're trying to if you're trying to remove tiles, remove something from your house, you most likely would create a problem in the structure. So we given a solution that is fast, especially right now with all the pandemic. People want us in and out. So if you eliminate the time of the demolition and we're going over existing, basically we're giving you a new look in a fast way and without all the dust and all the problems of having demo the existing. So we got pretty major clients. We're doing a house in the hills in Malibu. It's 24,000 square feet house. Beautiful view. We have two projects in Beverly Park. It's just one that we started and the neighbors saw it and they like it. We have a lot of celebrities clients that they like the look of the flexible cement. If you want to see samples, I can bring it with me.
Yeah, we'll take some pictures and stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, so you guys work with some of the top celebrities and stuff here in LA, and worldwide celebrities. Do you have a name, just out of curiosity, for the material that you guys have created?
It's called Semco.
Semco? Semco.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you got some of the marketing going. So when did you start your business? I mean, what year did you guys start?
Basically, I used to work for my uncle, and then I started to play in the warehouse with cement products. 5 years ago, I created my own company. I got my own license, and we started to do small jobs like garages, like polished concrete, small areas. I think the first big job that I got was a Bavel restaurant in downtown. It's a Michelin star restaurant. And then I started to go commercial with really major jobs. We did, on La Brea, we did 75,000 square feet of cement finish. It's going to be an hospital over there. They're still in the process of building it. And then we came up with the Semco, the flexible cement, and that's got us a door to all the celebrities. Designers really like the product because when they know that they need to do a big remodeling, and we can give them the option to do the job without demolition, that gives them a lot of opportunities to do it, easy remodeling without demo.
How long ago did you guys create the Semco?
We didn't create it. We got partnered up with a guy in Vegas that is inventing that.
Right. And you guys saw the.
And I saw that. I couldn't believe in the beginning that something like that can be existed until I saw it personally, and I felt it, and I understood. Hey, there is a big opportunity here, and that's a great product. Like people really appreciating the product. Yes.
And then you guys just became the experts at using it to do the remodeling.
Exactly.
That's awesome. I'd love to dive into that more, but we'll keep on trucking. So, what was the toughest thing that you guys had to go through when you first started your business?
I think, especially in construction, you always need to be balanced between how many guys you have in to how many jobs you can handle.
Right.
Because if you don't have enough guys, you cannot handle too much jobs. If you have too many guys and you don't have work for them, it's just not worth it.
Eating expenses.
Yes. So I think the major thing that most of the construction businesses are dealing with is the balance between how many employees to have to how many jobs they get in. So you always need to be on track with that.
Right.
Especially summertime, there is a lot of work. And winter time, you just everything slow down, and you still need to have enough work to give the guys to keep them busy.
Right.
Because the guy that come and work for you, the most important for him is that he know that he's waking up in the morning and he have a job to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's the major challenge.
That seems like it's kind of an ongoing thing as well. Then.
It's no matter how big you are, it's always going to be like that.
Right.
You always need to keep track on balance and make sure that the guys have where to go in the morning. I remember in the beginning that I didn't understand that. I used to let my guys just do something nice in my backyard, just to keep them busy, because we were not planning to be so occupied, and suddenly you have that time zone. So you need to keep them busy. They need to get paid, and so we're trying to keep on track on it all the time. And also we creating one of the most important things that I think that bring us jobs, and all the sales guys, it's easier for them to sell. We doing really nice samples. I'm not talking about small samples, I'm talking about 2x2, sometimes 4x4 samples that people can feel the product before they hiring us to do the whole job.
Right.
Especially with designers, that they like to have the samples in the job site, that they can actually see how it's going to be showing. I think cement is unique because it's not like something that you made in a manufactured place and every result is the same, because basically it depends who is doing it, It depends how he's troweling the cement. So one of the things that I'm always important for me to explain my clients that it's like you buying an art, because it's not going to be the same. It's the color I can choose, the variation I can choose, but I cannot predict 100% how it's going to look like. But I feel like every job that we doing or having, there is a different character to the job, and I think that's what's special about it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's almost got like an organic feel to it. So on the high end, maybe people can appreciate that if it's something unique, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just going back to the issue of jobs versus keeping the proper staff size. So it's important for you guys to keep like a steady flow of jobs coming in basically in the door to be able to predict how many people you need, right? Your staff.
Yeah, I remember even in the beginning, I used to go myself because suddenly I find myself with so many contracts being signed and on schedule, and there is not enough guys to do it. So I used to go myself and help in the field, but then you understand for the long run, if you're not in the office making sure that we have in the next job, that's just not working. So that was a little bit of try and error. Until we got to a point that we understood that. Can tell you that right now we booked like 6 months ahead. In the pandemic time. Yeah.
But impressive.
We learned to let clients understand that that's the way it is, and we booked 6 months ahead, and they just like we have a repeat customers. We have designers that we working on like regular base, developers that they know that they can sign with us and schedule up with us 4 or 5 months ahead, and so we can be there for them to do the job on time.
Right. Yeah, just curious out of your sales process. So, in your sales and marketing process, like what's that look like? Do you guys do a lot of stuff online, or to get the leads in the door, or the sales team just reaching out to people and stuff? Well, I'm sure you get a lot of word of mouth as well.
Yeah, I'm guessing at this stage I'm not doing advertising at all. Just Google location. That's the only thing that I'm using. Because it's repeat business. Again, if you're working with homeowners, you can give you a job, you can tell a friend, that can be nice. But if you're working with developers and you're working with designers, yes, we give them better prices, but I know that I'm getting for each designer 10 to 15 jobs a year, and that's basically covering all the marketing side.
Interesting, yeah, because they have the clients that want the house to look a certain way, and then you guys come and you deliver the actual.
A lot of times, the developers and the designers are asking me to go sell the job, to talk to the owner and to understand his needs, because sometimes they just want modern cement finish, and I'm just coming, meeting with the client, understanding his needs, and just like build samples according to what he wants. We had a client from Dubai that is basically coming to visit every 4 months, and every time he's coming, changing everything. It's okay, like it's part of the job, but when the client is so far away and he's looking at the pictures on the email, and then he's coming, seeing it in person, and he wants slightly change, and he has the money to do that. So it's fun by us.
Yeah, you should just buy a whole new house then.
Yeah, for sure.
It's no big
I feel
deal.
like they doing it more for hobby, to have something to
do. Yeah. Some people, I mean, we're all on different levels with the in the finances, Okay, and so just as this is an interesting question that we like to do. If you could go back in time, and talk to yourself when you first started your business, what would be the number one advice that you'd give yourself each time?
don't worry, everything will work out. Yeah, the beginning was very stressful.
Right.
I couldn't predict where we're going with it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of trial and error. I have a lot of support from my family here. But yeah, I guess I'm too much perfectionist. So, and construction, yeah, it's not like accurate science. You just doing the job the best that you can, and you can aim to make it 100%, but sometimes it's just not getting there. So a lot of times, like I get to a point that the clients are like really fine with the product, and I just don't see it, and I'm coming and redoing it, and they like don't understand. But I have a vision when I'm starting a job, especially with something that is a finished product.
Right.
When we start in a job, I have a vision and I have a goal that I want to get there. But I learned down the road that the client is always right. If he's liked what the product that he having, and even if you think that you can make it better, just like let him have the choice. Yeah.
It's funny because I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, and I think a lot of people kind of go through those same same thought processes as you. You want to make it as best as you can, and also like you're saying, you were going out there and doing the jobs as opposed to bringing in the work, But yeah, eventually I think people learn that there's you have to be doing the most important part, But it's interesting because it seems like what you're doing is kind of like a balance between art and business, because you want it to look a certain way, you have a vision, and you want to make that into reality. But then at some point it's like, well, the job's done, if the client's happy, right?
Yeah, I'm on my free time when there was a quarantine. I used to draw a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I can show you pictures that I did during the quarantine.
Yeah, I'd love to. Please send those over too. We'll put them up.
I understood that I'm still having it.
Oh wow! Okay. It's very good.
Thank you.
Did you go to school for it?
No, I just did it on my free time.
Passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to sell a bit of it when I was a student. It was nice extra money. But I didn't touch this field for 10 years. And suddenly when the quarantine started, I had a few days at home.
So you were saying that, it's pretty interesting, when I see some of my friends' kids, they're just little literally babies, and they're barely talking, but they're faster at going through the online than me, even, pretty tech savvy myself, but it's pretty interesting how the world is changing.
I have 4 sisters, and my smaller sisters, I can see them talking with themselves through the phone while they're next to each other. I'm guessing they just get used to just doing it over the phone. I feel like this is something that you need to limit, because the one-on-one communication is, I think that's the most important. And I feel like the next generation if they will not eliminate the time that they're being on the screen, they're going to have a problem with relationship that's one-on-one. Because when you're getting married, you're talking with your wife one-on-one, you're not talking to her through a screen. Your kids, all this relationship. I can tell you in my culture, we have Shabbat. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Where are you guys from originally?
Israel.
Okay.
Israel.
My friend is Iranian Jew, so yeah, we try not to use the remote control on the Sabbath. So.
Yeah, one of the biggest purposes of Shabbat is basically they telling you there is no phone, there is no computer, there is no TV, there is no driving. You need to sit with your family, eat something together, so you guys can build the relationship together. And I feel like that's one of the biggest gifts that the religion giving us. Because I know people that they grow up, they after 20 years they don't know their brothers and sisters, like really knows them, because they never spend time to see what's going on with them. And when we given one day a week that we have to stop everything, just focus about our family and on the one-on-one conversation, I think that's what builds a relationship inside the family, and basically that's the most important part in the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, everyone's going online now, but in the future, we can figure out some way to have a little bit more balance, So it's going to be
I think, balance is the key word.
Yeah.
Just balance.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of not related, but even just in terms of religion, it's just, it's sad though that, the kids nowadays, or a lot of people, not just the kids, but, they throw, they automatically say, oh, now we have science, so we don't need religion anymore. That's bad. We don't, that's what old people think. But I think it's sad because there's a lot of wisdom inside the religion too. So why you shouldn't throw away everything? Like, don't throw away the good stuff. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Is the expression, right? So
I think that science help us discover more about what opportunities that God given us in the world that we're living in. But it's not something that is against it. It's something that should go together. Because basically God gave us science so we can explore more of what He given us in this world, and that's something that should go together.
Yeah, I know it's a whole other conversation, but yeah, no, I mean, that's the funny part too. Is like, when I look at spirituality and science myself, like, I was a biology major as well, so I know a little bit about science. But like, when they're studying quantum mechanics and then their explanation of how even matter is created from energy, it's if you're looking at the smallest particles of energy, and how do they organize themselves in the specific way to create, in certain configurations to become matter, There's some sort of design there, So I feel like there's some sort of spiritual intelligence that's, coming with the game plan,
I can tell you something very simple. Like, with all the progress that we have in science today, we never created even one molecule, new one.
Yeah. Life.
Like, we never created nothing. We can explore the existing,
right?
But if with all the progress, I didn't see anyone created something new.
Right. Yeah.
That's explained everything.
Yeah, even in biology, it's like they say how life got started, right? They say it was in the soup, there was chemicals, and then thunder hit it, and then abiogenesis. So from chemicals came life. And that's like the established science behind it, But I think it's kind of hubris to say that's, to assume that's the way it happened, because, even by their own logic of science, you have to prove it in a laboratory multiple times in multiple laboratories, to confirm that theory is true, right? If no one's ever been able to do it one time, so why is that established science? It's just a theory. It's just a hypothesis. So.
I think I have a simple answer for that. If we take a spaceship and we go to some other planet, and we're going to find a watch over there, just a regular watch, not even a special one. And I'm going to tell you that there was an explosion and everything mixed up the right way, and suddenly we find ourselves with a watch, then it's not make sense. You will never believe me, right?
Yeah.
But
it's impossible.
Yeah, but people can relate all of this amazing world, all the balance between the heat and the cold, the percentage of the oxygen, and everything so balanced and so working well. And you're telling me like everything came out from an explosion? It's not.
It doesn't seem intuitive,
Yeah.
But anyways, that's a whole. We could talk about that all day. So let's just we'll just kind of go through this quicker, because I feel like we've covered a lot of the topics already. So, Yeah, so what's kind of your plans for the future? Like, where do you see yourself in 6 months, 1 year, 5 years? Like, where do you see yourself taking this business?
Right now, I'm focusing on trying to expand to North California, San Francisco, Bay Area, because there is a lot of opportunities over there, and I feel like that's will be the next step, because we pretty much covering everything here in Los Angeles County.
Yeah.
And I feel like the next step going to be North California.
Right. So now you got all the celebrity business, but now you want all the tech business too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
it's a lot of opportunities. Basically, that's what we're here for. We looking for opportunities and trying to win the game.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the interview very much, and it was very interesting. So.